mixed everything right the way that they were supposed to, that you
Right.
wanted, but, you're not there to supervise it. These two companies have in-house manufacturing. They have in-house huge laboratories, huge millions, multi-millions of dollars that's set up in quality control testing. So, hey, you know what? There's a lot of companies out there that don't have multi-millions of dollars of testing equipment set up to make sure that when the product they're going to make it out of and the finished product, it has the absolute nutrients that it's supposed to have. It is identified to be what it says it is. It's not one herb sold as one thing, but it's really another. There's plenty of that going on out there too.
Right.
And there always has, and there always will be. So, that's what you're paying for, and I'm sorry. Once in a while I got to run into a health food store, and I'll tell you what, they're more expensive.
And you will know the difference between a low-grade oil and an oil that it says what it is, because it's like night and day.
It is.
I mean, you won't believe the difference. I mean, it's not much of a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's very true. And you need to remember, the one on Herbal Medicine Doctor, that you'll learn what you can take internally, what you can put on the skin directly, what you need to add to like a defractionated coconut oil where it removes all of the fat from it, and the liquid that's left behind.
Right.
You can put just 1 drop into 4 ounces. 1 drop, that's all you need. You need to remember that essential oils, in order to get a very small amount of oil, you might need 4 or 5 pounds. To get the amount on rose is always really expensive. Quality rose oil is really expensive. I'm talking $80, $100 for a dram.
A dram?
Yeah. And the reason is that you need like 400. I think somebody told me one time that it was like 440 roses in order to get X amount of drops, and it wasn't very many drops.
Well, I have one essential oil that I use, Neroli.
Neroli. Mm-hmm.
And that's $100 a dram.
Neroli is expensive.
Yeah.
Another one is helichrysum. Is really expensive as well. That's but quality is going to be expensive, but you don't have to use much.
Right. I only use a couple drops in my formula.
Because it's 50 to 70 times stronger than the herb.
Right.
Okay, so the oils are really, really, really concentrated. So, this when you go out to vote, please take a look at those initiatives and, vote correctly. They're trying to get everybody confused. We're in Colorado, and Proposition 105 is what is on the ballot here in Colorado, and then in California, it's Measure 92. So, be aware that they're trying to get everybody confused.
Just ask yourself some basic questions. Why are these people paying the money for you to vote no on it? And vice versa, why are these people putting money for you to vote yes on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, those are very basic, simple questions.
Right. Well, and the thing is that with everything that they've said on being against it, oh, it's going to create this confusion. Oh,
Yeah.
this stuff. Oh, they're already organic.
There's
or they're
already labeling.
Natural. There's other labeling laws. I'm sorry, there is no other labeling laws in place for GMO.
Right.
It's just it's not, and it needs to be. We have a right to know.
We do have.
We
right
have
to know.
a right to
I
know.
want to know what I'm putting in my body.
That's right, and and to go and vote to support them, to vote no, to vote no on Measure 92 or on Proposition 105 is giving these huge corporations the right to put whatever they want into our food supply that they turn around and market as whatever product and onto the shelves that we're buying for our family.
It comes down to this, that they're okay. It's like building a home. I remember when I first started building homes, we used plywood for everything to sheet the houses.
I know. Look at this stuff. These
now
houses
look at the houses now.
God.
It's this.
They're compressed particle board.
Right now, it's the
They're
same thing with the
chemicals,
food.
formaldehyde,
Because they're trying to save
toxic,
money,
off-gas.
right? And it's the same thing with the food. They're trying to, they're sucking out the nutrients so they can keep the gold. Think the nutrients, the gold. And they're giving us all this crap. All right. Well, then we wonder, why we have so many problems, medical health issue problems, because
and we have so many.
There's people,
so
they go,
and so much
I'm always so
inflammation.
hungry. Well, no wonder. The nutrients are being sucked out, and
you're buying more. The people that don't eat good. They're constantly hungry. The kids are constantly hungry. The food you're giving them is dead. It's some of that fake fat stuff. Fat makes you feel satisfied.
Yeah,
it reaches that satiety level.
That's
so
like
that
a
you're
Band-Aid,
full.
though.
Right.
You're not.
And you're eating more, and it's artificial flavor, artificial colored. It's full of white refined sugar. It's full of gluten,
there was
it's
that
full of
report
GMO.
out from like Doritos. Okay, the nacho cheese Doritos. Okay, that you see those little green and red specks on them, right? Do you notice? Have you ever noticed
I don't
that?
eat them.
Okay, well, there's these little
eat 'em, I
green
don't buy
and
'em.
red specks on them, and they almost kind of, if you really look at them,
Are they supposed to be a green pepper and a red sweet pepper?
That's kind of what they say that they're supposed to be, but
but
it's
I'm sure
actually
they're
a
made-
chemical
Well, yeah.
that's put on there that
Tastes like it. Well, there's
it
plenty of
tastes
stuff
like
out
it,
there.
but it's supposed to make you to where
You don't want artificial pineapple.
Yeah,
The stuff
you know-
that these chemicals that they make this stuff, and then here it's just a little speck. So, okay. So if the outside label says whatever, and then it says flecks, microscopic flecks of sweet pepper and green pepper, and then all this is it tastes like it, but
Right.
it's chemical. Yeah, that's bad food.
Because there's this company in California that if you're a manufacturer or if you're, making anything, all right, and you're not really sure how to get this flavor or scent into your product that you want, you can call this company,
Place. Yeah.
and they will make you any flavor and any scent that you want for your product.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's all chemical.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's
like
a
the
clear
ice.
liquid flavor.
Yeah.
It's a clear liquid when you look at it. Most of them is, at least from the ones that I saw. But
there's no food dye. But in this case, all food dyes break down to a chemical equation, and everything breaks down to a chemical equation where everything is numbers, all universe, everything.
right,
is
it has absolutely
chemical
zero
number
nutritional
equation.
value to you whatsoever.
Yeah, but
But
the
it's going to
liquid
give you
is
the
a chemical
taste
equation.
to try to satisfy you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just going along with what you were saying. And the nutrients being wiped out of everything, and they want the flavor still. It's like the orange juice. Do you think the orange juice in there in the stores is actually orange juice? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because of the pasteurization process that it has to go through, it's been stripped of everything and stripped of the coloring. So when it gets done with that, they have to add the coloring back to it to make it look like orange juice,
Right.
and they got to make it taste like orange juice again.
It's just like years ago, the Olympics commercial with the Wonder Bread. Iron Kids.
Yeah, Iron Enriched.
Iron Kids Wonder
Yes,
Bread.
I remember that.
And,
I remember that.
And, this is, kind of like the Breakfast Champions. It was all being endorsed by the, Olympic teams. And it was like, you know what? They don't need that. They don't need it. It's white bread, and it's, white bread. It's on that, last show where I talked about, the 16 cancer-causing foods,
Right.
and white flour was on that. Well, all that white flour, it's stripped of its nutrients. It has no B complex. There's absolutely no nutrients in it. So, enriched, any product that you buy that says enriched, it's been stripped of its nutrients through its process to get it to what they want to call it. And so enriched is they add back synthetic man-made vitamins. They're not natural vitamins. They're synthetic, and it kind of goes back to that aura, looking at them under a high-powered microscope.
Uh-huh.
An organic food and a naturally made food-based, herb-based vitamin and B complex, there's an aura around them. But if you have synthetic ones that are pharmaceutical, those vitamins that are synthetic source vitamins, they do not have an aura.
And there's
They're
no
dead.
way that they can make that happen.
They're dead.
Okay.
There's no
Just
energy
making sure.
filled to it.
Just making sure.
Yeah, there's no energy filled to it. So when one company years ago come out with herb-based synthetic vitamins, they probably got an aura, because it was herb-based synthetic vitamins. So they've got synthetic vitamins in with herbs, but the herbs that they're buying, those are the herbs that flunk quality control with a couple of the big players out there that have the multi-millions into lab stuff. So if at any level, I know even with, the product line with kingdomofhealing.com, that particular product line, the quality control is so meticulous that at any level, at any test, it come up that there's a toxin in it, or one nutrient alone that's naturally found in that particular herb or whatever raw material is not at the level it has to be. The whole, complete, total barrel is rejected. It's not, well, it's a little low and maybe we can, add something to it to bump it up. No, they know that's not the way it works. So
that's good to know, though.
That's, the integrity, and that's, I get a lot of people wanting me to be involved with a lot of things, and I really have to, really have to research it and check it out and all of that, but that, in order before I will be associated with doing something like that, they've got to stand out in their game on what they're doing.
Right.
They got to be the leader of the pack on it, so to speak, and spending the money to deliver a product. A lot of companies, it's just like it's election time. You cannot believe everything you hear.
That's true.
You better
That
take
is
the
true.
time. You better take the time, and before you go cast also for some of those legislators and senators, you better get on votesmart.org.
Okay.
votesmart.org.